Welcome back to the channel. So Christmas season is upon us, and what better way to celebrate the season than discuss my 6 favorite Christmas albums of all time. Now, I was going to do 5, but then I was like, well, then I'll have an honorable mention. I was like, why don't I just do 6? So, people who know me, I'm breaking the rules, and I'm doing 6. My number 6 is from 1957. Oddly enough, there are 2 albums on this list from 1957. Number 6 is from Elvis Presley, and it's called Elvis Christmas Album. And this album's great. There are some goofy 50s kind of songs on here, but for the most part, it's classic Elvis singing classic Christmas songs. It's great. Number 5 for me was released in 1998. It is a GRP Christmas. And I always loved this record. I always thought that it was great. Yeah, it's kind of dated for the time, but still it brings me back to that time when I was 20 years old. And I love it. It's fantastic. What else can I say? Number 4 is from 1995, and it's an album called Christmas Memories by Steve Noel Wariner. That's right, Steve Wariner was born on Christmas Day, and what better way to celebrate than his album from 1995? You know I love Steve Wariner. Of course he's on this list, and it's a great record. It's my favorite of his Christmas albums. He's done a few since then, but this one is my favorite. Something that was really nice that he released later was a Christmas instrumental album. I think it's called Guitar Christmas, and that's great too. But this one makes my top 6. Number 3 on this list is an album of instrumental music by George Winston called December. We used to play this in my family all the time on Christmas time. It's just such a great record. I love George Winston, and I love this album from the opening track, Thanksgiving, all throughout the rest of the record. It's just a great, relaxing Christmas record. Number 2 on my list comes from Vince Guaraldi, A Charlie Brown Christmas. Nothing says joy in Christmas like the depressing sounds of Christmas time is here. I don't know. I love that album. It brings me back. It's just fantastic. I love it. As depressing as I find it, I really love that record. It just brings me back, and it's one of my all-time favorites. And for my number 1, bringing us right back to 1957, we're going to Frank Sinatra. This, to me, was probably his best year in music, and his album is called A Jolly Christmas, and it's fantastic. Everything about this album reminds me of Christmas. I absolutely love this record. One of my all-time favorite albums of his is from this year as well, which is A Swinging Affair, which I love. But for the most part, Frank Sinatra, A Jolly Christmas is the greatest Christmas album of all time. Anyway, that's my top 6. I hope everybody has a healthy and safe holiday and a healthy and safe new year. And as always, very good.